I would have them embrace TNA and tell them their history in TNA, and they were never given a shot because TNA was always the redheaded stepchild that, they never acknowledge and this and the other. And then, bro, if they're going to do business with TNA, then start bringing in TNA guys to help these guys.
All right, I want to talk about somebody that did make a debut in WWE, and you and I had a brief conversation about this on a previous show, and of course, that being the Motor City Machine Guns. Vince, I want to know how you're going to book these guys in WWE, because what I saw on SmackDown was not impressive whatsoever. What say you on how to fix it?
This is what I would do, bro, but they're not going to do it. They're just going to be another team on the roster. I mean, that's all they're going to be.
Yeah.
Bro, they did acknowledge TNA today. So that's what I would do. I would have them embrace TNA and tell them their history in TNA, and they were never given a shot because TNA was always the redheaded stepchild that, they never acknowledge and this and the other. And then, bro, if they're going to do business with TNA, then start bringing in TNA guys to help these guys. Yep. Now you've got that, not a takeover, but now you've got, TNA guys infiltrating the roster. Yep. Bro, that's the only thing that they can do to make this different. And those two guys have such a rich history in TNA. They're the perfect guys to do that.
Tell me what they did in TNA that you were the most impressed by as a tag team, because nowadays when it comes to tag teams, the one thing about the Motor City Machine Guns is that they are a tag team, and we don't see many true tag teams anymore. In TNA, did they pretty much set the pace for what a tag team should be?
Yeah, bro, here's the problem, though. They were one of the first tag teams to utilize that style.
Yes.
Everybody uses it now. Yep. So it's not, it's not special. Like I said, man, I was watching them do things on this show today that, Gargano and Ciampa just did 30 minutes ago. So that's what made them special, bro. They were doing that stuff, I mean, literally 10, 15 years ago, man, before anybody else was doing it. Now everybody's doing it. That's why you've got to tell that story. And the story can't just be, oh, we were doing this when nobody else was doing it. Who cares? Because now everybody else is doing it. Yep. It's got to be, you never gave us the time of day. You never called us. We were never good enough. We were always the redheaded stepchild. And then start doing some things with TNA talent. And, bro, maybe that's where you find an opponent for Brock Lesnar.
And that's true, too.
You think you know all the wrestling stories? There's more you haven't heard yet. Join us on Backstage Pass.
I'm trying to think who's in the locker room of TNA right now, and there are a couple of big guys on TNA's roster.
Yes, there you go.
That could be interesting. So, yeah, that may be a really good idea, Vince. That would be a great way to write it in, because tonight when we saw him debut, if you watch the fans, and I remember, you telling me that you think they might pipe in some, chants here and there. So I tried to watch the fans without listening when they made their debut. And if you do that, the fans didn't have a clue who they saw coming out and down the ramp.
Yeah, and and again, bro, they did not do them any favors. I mean, my God, Mac, I was I was a part of that Y2J stuff, man. You got to set the table for these guys. Otherwise, you know what? You're setting them up to fail, man. You're setting them up to fail, and it is not their fault.
Tell me about them in TNA. Any stories you can share working with those guys?
Nah, bro. They were, bro, like they were the first wave of, the young bucks.
Yes.
These young kids that just loved, ate, slept, drank wrestling. Bro, no. Bro, this is the positive about that generation, bro. There is no drugs. There is no alcohol. Bro, they go to their rooms and they play video games. And that is a good thing. It really is. but they were a part of that first wave, Mac, of all these guys you see now, you know, the Ricochets and the Young Bucks and all these guys, Darby Allin's, where it's, you know, it's the athleticism, you know, it's the moves, it's the video games. They were really on the cutting edge of all that stuff. But like I said, you can't hang your hat on that anymore because now everybody's doing it.
Yep. What stalled their progress, Vince? Why didn't they make it past TNA into some larger companies?
I would say with Vince, it was probably their size.
Simply the size.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So somebody like even the Young Bucks, if Vince had seen them, you think he'd been going out of his way to hire them?
Bro, look how long it took Vince to hire AJ Styles.
True.
And as great as these guys are, they're not AJ. Look how long it took Vince to give AJ Styles a job.
What would you do differently when it comes to tag team wrestling in professional wrestling today? Because like I was saying a while ago, we don't have any true tag teams. Is that something that needs to be redeveloped again?
Bro, you know what I think a huge problem is, Mac? It's you have tag teams, but bro, we still have to know who the individuals are. Like, you know, we look at Street Profits tonight, man. You know, I don't know anything about Dawkins. I don't know. The only thing I know about the other dude is he's married to Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
They've got to be separate. You've got to know about the separate human being because, bro, once you understand Dawkins is this, bro, what's the other dude's name? See, bro, we're bad. Mac, we're gonna be fired.
Midnight, bro.
Mac, we're gonna be fired, Mac. Okay, bro. Look, Mac, we gotta pick a team where we know the two. We know both guys. Give me another team, Mac. Let's take the Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay,
because I know those guys. I work with them, bro. I gotta know who Alex Shelley is. I gotta know who Chris Sabin is. I just can't know they're the Motor City Machine Guns, bro. Correct. Back in the day. You knew who the Dynamite Kid was. You knew who Davey Boy Smith was. You knew who Bret Hart was. You knew who Jim Neidhart was. You've got to establish the individuals. They can't be a two-headed monster. So you've got to start there. I don't know how long we've been watching Angelo Dawkins now. I know zero about this guy, bro. Nothing.
Why is that in today's wrestling, though? I mean, why is it that we are not told much about who we're watching in the ring? Because that happens in AEW all the time as well. I mean, they bring over the guys from Japan, and the American fans, if you're a casual watcher, like you say, if you're watching TV, you're going, well, who the hell is that? Because,
Mac, the two guys in charge are not writers. Hunter is not a writer. Tony Khan is not a writer. You've got to write characters, and they've got to have character traits, and you got to keep pounding those character traits home, and you see those character traits in storyline. You can't see character traits in the ring. You got to see those character traits in storyline. Bro, if there's no storylines, you ain't seen. Bro, I'm just watching, bro. I'm just watching the Attitude Era now, and I'm at the part. Remember Mark Henry really wanted to take China out for a date?
Oh, yeah.
That's how you build characters, bro. That's how he becomes sexual chocolate. You don't develop that during a wrestling match, man.
No, you're absolutely correct.